Welcome to the World of Warcraft live raid. Your competing guilds are Vodka and Blood Legion.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the World of Warcraft live raid here at Blizzcon 2011. I'm Rob Simpson, I'm from the Blizzard esports team, and today we have a very special treat for all of you at home. For the first time ever, Blizzard Entertainment has fine-tuned some of the game's hardest content so we can have some of the greatest guilds of all time competing in a battle to Ragnaros' death. Now, one thing that's really important about this is that we're going to see some really awesome things coming out of both of these people. Now, up here on the stage, on the mic, I have some World of Warcraft devs, Greg Street, Ian Hazacostas, and Corey Stockton. And now up here, some of the WoW devs that are going to be making all the magic happen in the instance. I have Candace Thomas, Matt Webster, Lee Sparks, and Scott Mercer. And now I'm sure this presentation is more about the players, is it not? So over on this side, we have Vodka, most recently known for their US first 25 heroic Ragnaros kill. I've got Lancel and Kinesthesia for the Alliance. And now over on this side, we do have Blood Legion. We're gonna have Zonker, most recently known for their US first kill of heroic Neth. We have Zonker and Ararat representing the Horde. Woo! But now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna need your help counting this down because we wanna get this started off on the right foot. So let's get some energy. Let's hear it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Boom. All right, so Ian, tell us a little bit about what we're going to be seeing today.
Okay, so this is Firelands, but it's a special setup that we have. We've taken out all the trash. So this is a pure boss run. Boss to boss to boss. They can do it in any order as long as Heroic Ragnaros comes at the end.
Awesome. And now just for everybody out there, to let you know what's going on the screen, up in the top right corner right now, you can see a feed coming from Kinesthesia. And on the lower right is going to be their progress. As they progress through the instance, that map is going to continually update. The upper left side, or rather just the left side of the screen in general, is going to be Blood Legion's side. That's where you'll see all of their progress. Now let's take a look. They've chosen to start on different paths.
They have, yes. Looks like Vodka's jumped right into Shanox. And so Shanox is a salamander accompanied by his 2 hellhounds. And normally there's an intricate dance that goes on here where you have to lead the dogs around. The master plays fetch with his dogs to keep the spear away. Odds are they're probably just going to ignore almost all of that and just power through this and burn him down, because that's what the gear level they have is going to allow them to do.
So now, are we going to see some pretty big differences in the decisions that they make as far as their raid comp goes, being that this is a speed run?
Probably yes. I'd expect to see them take fewer healers than most guilds normally would, because they're trying to go as fast as possible. And they might plan their boss order to minimize the number of swaps that they have to make in terms of people respeccing or people swapping in and out, to maximize the time they're spending actually fighting bosses.
Awesome. Now over here, Greg, what's going on over on Vodka's side?
Vodka is working on Shanox. I think we've had a couple of deaths down, but looks like everyone's up at the moment.
So Corey, what's going on over with Blood Legion? What are we seeing over here?
They decided to take on Bethalak first, so a little bit of a different strategy over on this side.
Now, in your opinion, is there any advantage to either of these players' decisions? Are we going to see something is there a master plan?
There's definitely got to be a master plan. I think it's just going to come down to figuring out which one can get through that first set of bosses without having any hiccups.
I think that was really first blood. Zonker just took the first kill.
Oh no, already.
Can we get? Is anybody going to boo that? I didn't expect that to. What? Wow. Okay. An incredibly supportive crowd. Let's hear them get back on their feet. Woo!
Looks like Shanox is about 30% over here on Vodka's side.
Oh, we're getting really close. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Vodka. They're really close. They could get that first kill. Only 30% remaining on Shanox. Quickly pulling him down. Looks like they have everything in complete control. Oh, yeah. Oh, and there it goes. Yeah, only about 20 million HP remaining.
Now, Shannox is a much faster fight than Bethblack, so you'd expect Vodka's going to take him down first.
Okay.
The question is going to be, though, once they're each doing all the same bosses, how it'll even out in the end.
Yeah, oh, and here it goes. It actually looks like we're getting very close to that kill. Oh, about 13 million HP remaining, man. Yep. Ian, so what's, what do you think they're going to do next? Why would they have taken Shannox first? What's their goal going to be?
I think probably just because he was right in front. The way the Firelands setup is here, there's this ethereal NPC that they can talk to that will teleport them around from boss to boss. So you see them fighting the boss right next to the ethereal.
And they're getting really close. Only about 1 million HP left, and it looks like Vodka's going to get the first kill, and Shannox goes down. Now, it's going to be really interesting to see what they choose for their follow-up. Now, over here, how's Blood Legion doing? When are we going to see that first blood out of them?
Looks like they're about 70% down on Bethelac so far here.
All right, so getting there. So let's see, is Vodka making any choices as far as changing their raid comp, getting people up? What's that next decision?
Looks like they're heading to Bethelac next.
Okay, interesting.
Oh, okay. So looks like maybe a little swap here.
Yeah, and the real question
they're hitting up Bethelac next.
So Ian, what are the primary differences for Bethelac being on heroic versus the 25-man regular raid?
Okay, so Bethelac is a spider queen, and the whole fight takes place on 2 tiers. Normally, she moves up and down between a canopy of fire webs up top and the ground down below. And she has a horde of her spider brood that come out to attack players down below while she stays up top. On heroic, there's an additional type of spider the players have to deal with, as well as the standard increased health and damage values for everything. This type of spider, it's basically like a Baneling from StarCraft 2.
Oh.
It just explodes on detonation.
So many Banelings.
So many Banelings.
Over here, they must be just about to get this kill. Can we hear? I think they need a little cheer. I think we need to hear it for Blood Legion getting really close to that first kill.
Can we get some Horde love over here?
Almost. Yeah, a little bit of Horde love is pretty good. Yeah, looking pretty good. And I think that they've
looks like they're just about at 50% over here. So they're making progress.
5-0?
Yeah, and that's actually really impressive because the way the Bethelac fight works, it's a 2-stage fight. The first part, you send a few people at a time, usually up top, to slowly work at her, while most of the rest of the raid is dealing with ads down below.
Right.
Then at the second phase of the fight, she comes down and you have to burn her down, which is what you see them doing here.
Okay.
Now, normally most guilds want to try to get her to like 75, 80% when the second phase begins.
Right.
They have her almost at 50%, which means that they really sent way more people up top than you normally would see. It's very impressive.
So they've been sending much more people down than you generally would. Really able to take advantage of that as much as they can. And over here, it looks like Vodka's off to a relatively smooth start as well.
We're gonna have a kill over here pretty quick.
Oh yeah? Give me the play-by-play, Corey. What's going down?
So they're just about to polish her off. Looking like, oh, here we go. Boom.
Oh, down. There it is.
I think we're all tied up.
Yeah, now the score sits at 1-1. Now, I would almost be willing to argue that currently Blood Legion is at least marginally ahead, because that is the boss that's probably going to take close to the longest amount of time, at least out of decisions.
Yes. Bethelac is one of the longest bosses they're going to have to face.
Okay. Now let's see what they choose to do next. Oh, okay. Oh, and they're mixing it up. Let's hear it, Ian. So here we see what's happening.
Here we see Blood Legion going over to face Lord Rylith.
Right to Rylith.
Yeah. There's some reasons why they may have done this. One of the tricky parts with Shannox, actually, is the boss that Vodka started with. Shannox patrols around the zone. So they're going to need to make sure that they can catch him at an efficient spot, because they don't want to have to spend too long waiting and having to run to him.
Right.
So it could just be that, for example, Shannox wasn't close enough for their tastes, so they went straight to a different boss that they could take on quickly.
Okay, and that's always good. Always good to have a redundancy plan if they're not exactly happening exactly how they want it. So let's actually go take a look over at Blood Legion. It looks like they have made their second boss decision. Corey, how are they doing?
Looks like they're off to a good start. No issues so far. They can keep this up. I think they're going to be doing well.
So Ian, how exactly does this boss work? I understand that you got to hit the legs, you got to turn him. Tell the layman what's happening.
Yeah, Lord Rylith is a pretty unique encounter. He is a huge giant. He has a mind of his own. There are these little gnats swatting at his feet, but you don't really tank him or move him the way you normally move a regular boss. You actually hit his left and right legs separately, and whichever leg you're dealing more damage to as a raid determines the direction that he turns and the direction that he moves.
Oh, I know.
And
Close? Oh, okay.
can we switch back to Blood Legion for a second? I think something might have been happening there. So one of the big tricks...
Whoa! Getting really close there. Oh, they might be able to do it. Will Blood Legion be able to turn it? Yes! Looks like they're going to be able to get it back to the main. Let's hear it for the Horde! Woo. Yeah! Oh, man, what a clutch save.
Yeah, so the thing with Rylith is you have to steer him over the volcanoes that it creates, but if he ever walks into the lava, he basically scoops up a big chunk of it, turns around, breathes it over the raid, dealing terrible, terrible damage.
Terrible, terrible damage. we get deep routes up here. How's the Shenox kill going over here?
They're still in phase 1 on Bethkalak over on Vodka's side.
Oh, man. I mean, they actually aren't that far behind right now. Could anybody safely say who's ahead?
I think it feels pretty even right now.
It's impossible to say so far.
All right.
It's really going to boil down to who makes the first fatal mistake.
Right. Which is what we're all patiently waiting for.
Exactly.
Makes it interesting.
So if you look at what's going on in Bethkalak, you see those pools on the ground? Those are the banelings that have exploded.
Ah, okay. So yet again, lots of environmental effects to avoid.
There goes the baneling right there.
Oh. All right, Bethkalak's down on the Vodka side.
Oh, no.
We're into phase 2.
Right now, this is pretty much just the burn phase.
It's just a burn phase. All they have to do is survive this.
Sounds good. I still haven't seen very many deaths. We saw on those first couple pulls, but then pretty much nobody. Oh, actually, Vodka's got one player down, but it should be fine. Easily be able to finish this off. Oh, yeah.
They've lost track of their reses. I assume they've used them all by this point.
Yes. Probably just about. Now, there hasn't been anything done to let them recover any quicker for this.
Yeah.
They're going to have to run back to the instance. They will have the teleporter. There is no trash, so that's good. Oh, and it looks like Black's getting very low. Oh, and there's down. That's Black. Vodka scoring their second kill.
Let's see where they go next.
Okay.
Looks like Balrog.
Yeah. Oh, man. Balrog. Now, how are we
Vodka
doing over
choosing to take on Balrog. He's the gatekeeper that bars the bridge leading to Sulfuron Keep, Ragnaros' lair. He is kind of what we think of as the patchwork boss of the zone.
Oh, okay.
He basically has straightforward mechanics, hits really, really hard, is a challenge for the tanks and the healers, and a guild of their caliber is really just going to be able to brute force through a lot of the mechanics,
Okay, sure.
and they should be able to get him down quite quickly.
So what are some of the differences that we'll see between heroic and standard Balrog?
Okay, so the way Balrog works, he spawns crystals that players have the channel damage on nearby players.
Okay. Oh wait, we're hearing something.
1 second.
Getting close over here.
Oh, we're getting
Right, so
really
over,
close.
I'll get back to Balrog in a second.
Yeah.
Over here, we see Blood Legion's finishing off Rylith. They got his armor
Come on, let's
completely
finish it up. Where's the Horde in here? Blood Legion's about to take him down.
Oh man, only 4% remaining. Blood Legion
Get this
just
race
about to get
going.
their second kill. Oh, and there it
There we
goes.
go.
And he goes down. Now we'll see where Blood Legion's gonna go next. Oh man, they got to getting all those shiny lids.
Don't forget to loot the race.
Oh man, I may see the first one.
Where are they going?
All right. Looks like Blood Legion is going to take on Elisrazor, the Firehawk, next.
Oh.
They're taking a totally different order through this. It's really interesting to see which one's going to turn out to be the right choice.
All right, so back over on Vodka's side, we were taking a look at Balrog, and it looks like they are just pretty much just mowing him down.
Pretty much. So the main thing, Balrog hits really hard, and he summons these crystals that people have to get near and absorb the damage that they deal. On normal mode, you just have someone go soak the crystal. On Heroic, after that's happened, you have a debuff on you that if you touch any other player in your raid, you spread that debuff, and it can quickly infect your whole raid and wipe you. So you need to be really careful about their positioning while they're doing the maximum possible damage.
Okay. And now, are we seeing any differences in the raid comp that Vodka is using in comparison to what you would generally see? As far as number of healers goes versus DPS? Because it looks like they're running about 5 healers right now.
Yeah, it looks like a
Pretty
fairly standard comp. They're just being aggressive, obviously, with what they're doing, but they don't want to take too many chances, I'm guessing.
Both of these guilds are more than capable of killing all of this content. So what's interesting is to see what they do to try to do it as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Often we see groups drop healers to increase DPS.
All the time, yeah.
But if they take too many risks, they're going to wipe and be embarrassed, so...
Sure. And I'm pretty sure, right, exactly. Like I think we're really going to see consistency end up prevailing because wiping generally isn't worth, like, the time that you gain. What? Oh. Oh. Oh! What? Is he? What is going on, Ian?
I don't believe that Tiger's supposed to execute the Balrog encounter. I'm not sure.
Tell us what's going on over on Blood Legion.
Just started on Elysiazor.
So how does this boss work? It just looks like a large bird. Tell me a little bit what I'm seeing.
Well, there's a whole bunch of different mechanics for this fight.
Okay.
I think it really comes down to how good are they going to be able to execute in a situation like this. They've obviously done the fight a ton of times before, so it's really going to come down, can they do it here in this situation, get them down fast, not lose anyone, and get on to the next.
Yeah, it's a super high pressure situation as well. So any fight with these like extremely high amount of mechanics, you're going to have a lot of trouble really trying to focus and get through. Now, how are we doing over on Vodka's side? What's going on with Balrog?
It's an interesting fight. They have a few deaths now, but they're getting Balrog down.
He's got about 40 million remaining, so they should have him down pretty soon. Are we going to see any changes at any percentage, low percentage of HP, or is this going to stay consistent?
There's not much going on at the end of this fight. It's just to keep managing the crystals and...
Okay. Which they've clearly done just a fine job at. Now, Ian, you look interested. What's going on over here?
Over on Elysiazor, we're really interested to see what Zonker's doing right now. Players actually fly through the air.
Uh-huh.
And so he's basically flying through rings, damaging Elysiazor while in the air, and can do a tremendous amount of damage with the buff he gets from doing that. And so range casters in particular tend to have a very special role in the fight.
And now back over on Vodka's side, we do see Balrog getting really low.
We've got five folks down now.
Oh man, could this be a situation where we do end up seeing them wipe?
It's an easy fight to control up until the end, unless you hit the berserk or something. So.
Oh,
that was scary.
Oh, that was very scary.
When I have a healer disconnect. Uh-oh. Oh!
I know. Oh, man. 3 healers down.
Tank went down.
It doesn't look like Vodka's going to be able to get through this. Oh. Oh, they're gonna try to salvage 10 million HP remaining.
Look good.
More dots.
Can they hold it?
Uh-oh. Down to 8 million.
I think they're gonna do it. I think they're gonna do it.
They hold it?
Relatively consistent.
Oh,
ladies and gentlemen, they're going to need your support. Can Vodka get through this?
Can they do it?
Oh, they're cheering for you. Oh, no.
Oh,
Lance sold down.
Oh, they can do it. They can still do it with
They'll make it through this. Only 3 million HP remaining. Oh, no.
They're going to do it. They're going to do it.
5 DPS. They've got 1 million HP remaining. Only 700,000. They might be able to pull through this. 300,000 HP. And there it goes. Oh. A beautiful recovery by Vodka, able to pull that through. Now, even though it's not as bad as a wipe, but they still have a lot of reses to do. They're going to have a lot of rebuffing as well, so they are going to have to do a little bit of catching up. But at least they didn't wipe there.
Right, exactly. They didn't wipe. It wasn't a fatal mistake, but it definitely took them a lot longer than it should have.
Closer than that.
Yeah. Special call out there to the hunters with the pro deterrence. Tanking him, ping-ponging him around, keeping him up so the rest of the raid could finish him off.
That's when you're going to use all of the, every single kind of avoidance tanking you possibly can.
Exactly. People who fought Heroic Balrog before he was nerfed and before his hit points were reduced, that's a very familiar sight to any of those players.
Sure. So how are we seeing Blood Legion do?
Looks like they're putting on a clinic over here.
Oh, yeah?
Really no problem so far. They're just burning right through.
Now, we heard a lot of cheering for the Alliance. Can we hear it for the Horde? Can we hear it for Blood Legion? that was very impressive.
So, Blood Legion's approach to Elysiazor is very interesting. Like with Bethalak, it's a fight where you have to balance the number of people that you send up in the air to fly with the number of people that deal with the stuff on the ground. And they sent a tremendous number of players up into the air. Okay. And you can see they've burned off more than half her health just during the first phase. They're going to finish her off right now when she comes down to the ground, making sure the fight is literally as short as it can possibly be.
Speed tactics, for sure.
Good. That's what we want to see.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and here she comes. She's coming down. So they are just going to start that burn phase.
The Vodka has now pulled the Lister's Ore.
What?
Now they're both on the Lister's Ore.
Oh, okay. But now, as you can see on the map right now, Blood Legion does only have 2 bosses down, whereas Vodka is on their 4th boss currently. So maybe we'll start to see Vodka
They're gonna finish him
possibly
off right
pull
here
ahead.
on this one.
Oh, Alyssa Sword down to
Here we go.
5%.
Lister's about to go down.
4% HP. Let's hear it from Blood Legion getting
Another
that 3rd
for Blood
kill.
Legion.
Oh, and there they go. Oh, and they are really quick to get over to that teleporter. Once again, they want to keep that pace up, keep up the energy.
The big question is, what are they doing next?
Looks like they're going to go right into Shannon.
Oh, they're going right into it.
And they caught him right at the right point of his patrol, so he's right near the teleport NPC, engaging immediately.
Perfect.
Oh, wow. How incredibly fortunate.
Yep. Or well planned.
Or if they planned that, that is incredible. Based around pathing. Or I guess one of the strategies would possibly be to go send one player to teleport and check on it. Yeah.
They might have had one scout checking every time to see if it was the right moment.
Yeah. Which is good. That could really end up because they do have at least a small gap to close. We'll actually see right here because once they kill this boss, they'll have both killed the. Nope, just kidding. Because only one side killed Balrog.
Yeah.
So over on Vodka's side, not getting hit by any boulders.
Yeah.
Doing all right.
Haven't gotten to the first tornado phase yet. They're doing fine.
Again, this is pretty much dead even at this point. Shanox is a much faster fight than the Lister's Ore, so if both guilds proceed as expected, they'll probably kill both of these at around the same time.
Okay. And then we'll see whether they're on even keel or not. So Ian, what are you seeing over here on Blood Legion's side? What's going on? What are you getting from the over-the-shoulder of Zonker and Ararat?
Brute force, and then some more brute force.
Yeah.
Just burning the boss down, ignoring the mechanics. That's how you do it.
That's what I mean. We all love to burn bosses down, man.
Exactly.
That's the
Like,
point.
gotta love that tank and spank, man. Greg, tell me about Vodka, man. Let's get the energy up in here.
They're going.
Yeah, exactly. No, I heard that. Come on. I know it's early, but you gotta love this.
Guess the Alliance fans didn't get up this early.
I know. What is that?
There they are.
Wait, but I thought
we woke them up.
Wait, I thought Alliance fans went to bed early, so they should be the louder ones here.
They're just burning Shanox over here.
Too many screwdrivers. What are we seeing, Ian? What's going on?
Shanox definitely getting low, probably going down in the next 30, 40 seconds, maybe 20% or so.
So doing pretty good on their pacing.
We're essentially in a dead heat here. It's really hard to tell.
Yeah, now Blood Legion's actually going to get their 4th kill, so they're gonna pull ahead as far as the boss count goes. But because neither of these teams have approached the same bosses, we won't really have a strict comparison.
Right, exactly. They've done similar bosses, except
Shanox is down to 5K.
Getting nice and low. Oh, only about 3% remaining, 2%. We're probably going to see that 4th kill out of Blood Legion. Let's hear it for the Horde.
Another one on the board.
Outstanding.
Huh? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, I bet Vodka's starting to sweat, starting to shake in their boots just a little bit.
Well, no, it's hard to say. I think it's still pretty even.
No, Greg, we have to pit them against each other and create some drama.
We want it to be close.
Well, actually,
we don't want it
both
to
of
be a
these guilds
runaway.
are very good. This is a fair competition. Okay, so we see Blood Legion going for Balrog.
Yep.
Oh, man, just getting a couple reses.
Now, as we saw with Vodka, Balrog still has a lot of very dangerous mechanics that can one-shot you. Things can easily fall apart. This is one of the riskier moments up until Ragnaros for both of these guilds.
So, have you seen any differences between the guilds in how they're approaching each individual boss? Anything that really stands out to you between their decisions?
Looks like mainly the same overall tactics, just varying degrees of success. Now here we see Lister's Ore flying rapidly in circles, creating this like gauntlet of tornadoes that everyone on the ground has to navigate. They've survived that successfully, and now she's basically in a...
Oh, wow.
They go.
Oh, and they're into the burn phase. They're almost
Exactly.
in their 5th boss.
This is her Vuln phase. She's not going to survive this.
Oh, yeah.
And we are all tied up.
Oh, this is looking really good. Let's hear it for Vodka. They're getting really close here. That burn face. Oh, yeah, let's keep that up. That probably makes him feel real good.
Very clean kill.
Yes. Yeah, super clean. We actually haven't seen any deaths out of him. I think that near wipe probably put them back in line. Oh.
About 10K left.
All right, only about 10 million remaining. Oh, getting there. At 8 million. Oh. Yeah, let's get back over to Vodka's side and take a look at them take down that fourth boss. Oh, and there we go. Only about 3 million.
Let's take a look at Vodka here, just about to finish off. Here we go.
Oh, and there it goes. All right, Vodka's back on par. Let's hear it for the Alliance.
Where are they going next?
Right, where are they going next? Going to Rylith.
What is that? What are we seeing Vodka do?
So whichever guild gets their respective boss down first will officially be in the lead, because they will have done the exact same bosses after this.
Which will be awesome. So now, right now, we've got a relatively even playing field then.
Yeah.
Now, as far as the duration of either of these fights goes, is it relatively equal?
Similar. Balrog is probably about a minute longer for guilds at this level, but honestly, I think Blood Legion's a bit ahead right now.
Yeah, and they're at least a minute ahead at this point. Let's hear it for Blood Legion, really starting to pull ahead out here. Now they've got Balrog all the way down to about 60-ish, I think, if that's what that says. Yeah, about 60% HP. Now, as long as they don't pull a Vodka, they should be able to pull ahead. Whoa. Didn't expect you guys are on the Horde side. What are you doing? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I guess we should have labeled it before so that we don't end up having people fight each other. Oh man, the sickest option adjust ever done in a live raid. Really clutching through that. So Corey, how's Blood Legion doing over there? They getting Balrog pretty low?
Just waiting to see, but they still haven't. Doesn't look like anything's going wrong so far.
Yeah.
They can get through this at this same level. I mean, I think they're definitely going to be in the lead.
Is there a time when Balrog gets?
It should be obvious since they're the Horde side.
Well,
So
then. Are we going to see any surprises out of that? Like, what happened in Vodka's raid? Why did we see them get so close to wiping? And could that happen to Blood Legion?
It looks like their tanks died on their side. Balrog has a really dangerous ability called Decimation Blade that while it's up, it makes all of his attacks deal 90% of the target's max health. And so it's a really narrow window to heal the target back up. And if you're trying to run the fight with as few healers as possible, all it takes is a split-second timing off, and tank's dead.
That is, 90% of somebody's HP. Ah, that's the boss where you need to actually rotate which healer you have on him. Yeah, or excuse me, tank. So that your healers have less to catch up with. Sure. What's going on over here, Greg, man? Tell me what's going on.
Got
Looks pretty
Rylith
standard.
pretty much under control, yeah.
No close calls over on Vodka's side.
Kept him right in the middle of the island.
Not trying to take any risks at this point. Almost makes me think that Blood Legion was intentionally...
this is when it starts to get tense on Balrog.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blood Legion's still got everything under control. It's hard to directly compare health values in the two bosses because the way Rylith works, he actually starts out with massive armor that reduces his damage taken, and so the damage he takes accelerates exponentially over the course of the fight. So he'll start, you can spend a minute and he'll still be at 80%, and then suddenly he just evaporates.
Right.
But I still think Blood Legion's ahead.
Oh, we're getting pretty close. We're under 10K. Let's take a look over here at Blood Legion.
Oh. Only about 5 million HP remaining. We're taking it down to 4 million. They still have Balrog in control. Only about 2% remaining. It looks like they are going to get this kill, and we are going to see Blood Legion take the lead. And there it goes. Oh, and now Blood Legion very clearly is now ahead in this race. There is no arguing that. Oh man, and what's going on over here on Vodka? Man, Vodka's
definitely going to be
They're not
playing
far
catch up
behind.
now.
They're going to get to phase 2 really soon here.
So you can see him starting to pull the boss, continually getting him back through those volcanoes, trying to take off that armor.
Yep, his armor's going to be completely off in about 5-10 seconds, it looks like. They're just bringing him down the last bit of his health.
I know, I see a death. I don't think that should put them in any trouble.
Yeah, the last part of the fight tends to go really fast.
Uh-huh.
All right, they're
Pretty
in
much
phase
a free
2.
burn. Oh man, we just saw him trying to teabag Vodka's raid.
Now, if they just stay out of the lasers and heal through it, they'll be done here in just a second.
Oh, yeah, looking like he's just about to go down. Oh no! Now we're gonna see Vodka catch up. Are we? Is Blood Legion?
Here we go.
Oh, and there it goes.
Down.
Boom! And now both of these guilds are tied pretty much neck and neck. Blood Legion still hasn't pulled their next boss.
So a really interesting tactical thing that happened here, because they did. Because they did Balrog and then Fandral immediately after. Balrog, when you soak the crystals, you have that debuff that you get when you soak the crystal that you can pass around. They still had that on them, and they had to wait before they could pull the next boss.
Oh, man.
Whereas it looks like Vodka's going to be able to go straight from Marlith into Fandral.
Oh, wait, so that actually means that we could see Vodka pull ahead.
Potentially, yes. just because of the order they approached the boss.
Oh, I know.
They just pulled.
Oh, okay. Oh, man, they're getting out there. They said they could do it. Now, Blood Legion is slightly ahead. We still see Vodka preparing for their pull. Oh, man. Now, is the healing debuff all the way off of all of their players?
Yes, it's going to be close. It's cleared off Blood Legion. They're all good to go. This boss, this is Major Domo Fandral Staghelm, Druid of the Flame, Ragnaros' Major Domo.
Yes.
And he switches between Scorpion and Cat form, depending on the raid's configuration. When the raid's all clumped up, he looks like a Scorpion. When the raid spreads out, he turns back into a cat.
Oh, okay.
Now, the particular heroic strategy is going to involve him spending the vast majority of his time as a cat.
Yes.
Because the way heroic works, he has way more health, but you get a buff that increases your damage vastly, but goes away the second you take a single point of damage. And so you change your entire approach to the fight to minimize the number of people that take damage and how often they take it, and that involves keeping him in cat form the whole time.
Julie, yeah, it actually looks like both of them are very clearly going to do that. They probably have all of this down to a T. Now the question is, who are we going to see pull ahead? And really, I think that the big deal is going to be when we see both of these teams get up to Ragnaros. That's where we're really going to see somebody pull ahead.
Heroic Ragnaros is really going to make or break this race. He is by far harder than anything that's come before him, and one little misstep, and it's all over.
And now they're actually doing, their pacing of the overall instance has actually been going relatively well. We didn't see either guild take any kind of really big risk moving into this either.
Well, I suppose ping-ponging Balrog around with hunters and rogues is a little bit of a risk, but other than that...
Sorry, no intentional risks.
That's true.
Yeah, so both of them are looking pretty good.
It's unbelievable how close this is.
Yep.
I think Blood Legion's got a tiny, tiny lead, but you just never know.
Wait, so then maybe we'll need to hear it from Blood Legion. Let's see if we can get them pulling ahead. Let's hear it for the Horde. Oh, no, wait, now I know all you Vodka fans out there really want to get them pulling ahead, so let's hear it for the Alliance. Oh, man. Wait a minute. I think that's the first time I've heard an Alliance here be louder than a Horde. What are you guys doing out there? Let's hear it again for the Horde. Okay, now I know Vodka's not going to be one to be upstage, and I know that all you Alliance want to get heard once again, so we'll give you one more chance. Let's hear it for the Alliance. All right. Now we've got everybody pumped and ready. That was super.
Where's the Horde at in here? Come on, for the Horde.
Now, Corey, what's going on? How are we doing over here? It seems like everything's just been pretty much in control.
Pretty much dead even. So if you look at the player perspectives up here on the screen, you see the full bar at the bottom of your screen. That's the special power bar that you get on this fight on heroic mode only. When it's full, you're doing double damage. When it's empty, you're not.
Okay. So you want to keep your bar full at all times.
Yep. You take a single point of damage, bar empties right away.
And now, how difficult is it to avoid damage in this fight? Is there a lot of environmental effects that we're seeing?
What you're seeing is when he's in cat form, he leaps at a random player in the raid and creates those fire patches on the ground. And so you want to dodge those as best you can.
All right.
What's going on over there on Blood Legion's side?
And yeah, actually, everything's pretty... Oh, wait, actually, I think that if we want to talk about percentages, I think Blood Legion is pulling ahead at least by, it looks like it's about 6%.
Yeah.
You're going to get really close. Yeah, 6%, yeah!
So, Blood Legion is actually using a really interesting approach to the orbs here. So, in this phase, Staghelm creates a bunch of flame orbs that channel a beam on the closest person. And normally, when you have to soak the damage from those beams, that means that a lot of people are going to be taking damage. That means losing their debuff. Looks like what Blood Legion did was get all the orbs on one side of the room, switched sides, and just had a couple of players soaking all 5 simultaneously to allow the rest of the raid to keep maximum uptime on their buff.
Definitely
impressive.
seems like it's helping him pull ahead.
We just don't see the cat that far out of the ring like that.
They do what they want.
Yeah, the way Vodka's approaching this, that's the more normal positioning, where you keep the cat dead center in the room and everyone kind of spreads around. Blood Legion is doing something less traditional, but it's working for them.
Oh. Guardian Spirit on the field.
Kinesthesia, MVP Guardian Spirit.
He's in Spirit of Redemption mode for a few seconds here. I think they have reses left.
Yeah. Oh, wow, they do.
Yeah.
Actually, by now, after their first wipes, right, their resonance should be back up.
Yeah, they should have them for every attempt.
Well, here they go. Are we going to see this fight get messy at any point, Ian? What's going to happen as this boss gets lower?
I think odds are pretty good they'll be able to clean this up. The part where the fire orbs are out is actually the most likely time that things are going to fall out of control.
Right, so as long as there's a method to their approach, pretty much they're going to just have it in the bag.
Both sides handled it pretty smoothly.
Over here.
Yeah, we're at about 25% on the vodka side. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, we're at about 15.
Oh, man, we got 10%
close.
over here. What are you going to do about it? Oh, only about 10% remaining over on Blood Legion's side. Now, the big difference is, are we going to see any comp changes for Ragnaros, right? Like, that's possibly where we could see this really take a turn for...
Everyone will swap to all druids, right, for Ragnaros?
Oh,
All Druid. I heard they were going to bring in 25.
I mean, how awesome at this is this that these two top guilds are both this close after all this. They've come all the way here, and they're only off by a few percent.
Oh, and we've only got about 7 HP, or 7% over here. What are you doing over there, Greg? How are they doing?
We're pretty close. It looks like about 15, maybe 10%.
Okay, so we're maintaining
about to get a
that
kill
10%
over here.
over on this
And you know,
side.
that last part of the health bar goes really quick. They
look
connect
at
to you,
Blood
Ray.
Down to only 3%, 2%. We could see Blood Legion
Go.
start to take a very definitive lead. Oh, and here
1%.
goes 1%.
There
And
it
let's
is.
hear it for Blood Legion.
Congrats on the
man,
1,000
Ragnaros.
dollars, too.
That's Zonker with a look of incredible happiness.
So Blood Legion definitely about 20-30 seconds ahead right now, and they're both going to be on Heroic Ragnaros.
The vodka's about to get Domo here in just a second.
Getting really close as well. I know that the Alliance want to see them catch up. Oh, and there it
There
goes
it
as
down.
well. Very
Outstanding.
good.
These two teams are neck and neck. It's great.
Much neck and neck. Yeah, we have. I mean, they've got the walk down to Rag, so it's going to take a little bit for them to get that started. The real.
But no trash inside.
Yep.
That looks just about maybe a minute, 30 seconds. 30. They're really close.
This is actually super close. Both making the walk simultaneously. Now, directly between raid comps, we aren't
This is
really
pretty much the most awesome live raid ever.
This is right.
This is not a short fight, and there's a lot that can go wrong even before you get to phase 2.
Oh no, it's not a short fight, and there's also going to be a little bit of a surprise for the team that doesn't kill him first. It's all on the line.
So it looks like just a little bit of housekeeping over here before they pull.
Yeah, unlike the other bosses where they were confident enough to really just, like, you see the boss, rush right in, here everything needs to be planned, everyone needs to know exactly what they're doing, needs to make sure they're on the same page. Because if you wipe here, it's all over.
Effectively, at this point, if somebody wipes, they're almost out of the running.
Pretty much.
Unless
Here we
see.
go.
Oh, and there it goes. It actually looks like Blood Legion
Blood
made the
Legion's
first
in.
pull.
Okay, vodka's not quite pulled yet. Light well down. And there they go. Now vodka's
There they go.
Okay. And they're off.
So it's going to come down to DPS and no one screwing up. And both these guilds probably have really comparable DPS.
So
We got ourselves a race.
Tell us a little bit about what happens in the Ragnaros fight. Not a lot of people have gotten to see this fight firsthand.
There's a whole lot of stuff that goes on. It's probably easier to cover it phase by phase. What's going on in the first phase, though, other than you see he smacks his hammer down, it sends lava waves spreading in a three-way formation. You have to dodge them. But the big thing that he's doing is he creates these magma traps that are on the ground. You see a swirling vortex of fire that turns into a fiery circle. If anyone touches those, knocks them really high in the air, and does like 100,000 damage to the entire raid.
Do not want.
Exactly. You have to get rid of them at some point, because otherwise they're going to be there impeding your path for the later phases when you need all the movement possible. So you have to coordinate having people break those traps, but not too frequently, otherwise people are just going to die.
Oh, that sounds relatively tricky, Ian.
It is relatively tricky.
Are we seeing anybody pull ahead? What do you got over there, Greg?
Doing fine. Very clean phase 1 so far. Haven't seen anyone get knocked back. Wouldn't expect guilds of this caliber to make mistakes like that, but pressure may be on.
Yeah, I mean, these guilds, when they were learning the heroic Ragnaros encounter, probably did this first phase 400, 500 times. So it's autopilot for them at this point. We'll see. Phase 1 ends when he gets to 70%, and Submerges and Sons of Flame come out. We'll see who gets there first.
Actually, they're both getting really close. I actually think, I mean, I would be surprised if Blood Legion doesn't get there first. They were a little bit ahead. It looks like they're at 70. Yep, just
70.
at 70%.
Yep, just
We're
about.
about to see them get into that next phase. How's Vodka doing? We getting down there?
We're good. I don't think we're quite at 75%.
Oh, wow. Okay, so they're a little bit behind, so Blood Legion's really starting to pull ahead. Let's hear it over here for the Horde. Go, Horde. Oh, man.
Can we just hit the first intermission on the vodka side?
All right. We've got... Man, Blood Legion's stone faces of iron determination. I don't think I've seen them make a single emotion.
Going for the glory.
For the entire, yeah.
All right, so what you're seeing here, Ragnaros submerges, leaves his hammer in the ground, and spawns these 8 Sons of Flame that are trying to get to the hammer.
Sure.
If a single one of them reaches the hammer, the rig wipes. That's it, it's over.
This could be a really high-tension moment.
But they just clean them up like pros. And Ragnaros is back out, and here we go into phase 2.
Easy peasy. All right, so there we go. Blood Legion pulling into phase 2. Now over on the
Ragnaros is
vodka
back out on
side.
the Horde side already. On the Alliance side, he's not yet out. And he just popped out again, so we're still
Okay.
pretty close, but I think the Horde has a slight
Yeah,
advantage.
I think the vodka's been clearly closing this gap, though.
It may be.
Yeah. We've only got maybe about 15 seconds behind on vodka's side, if that. Oh man, this could be really close. So Ian, what's going to be happening next? Where are we going to see an opportunity for a real difference to happen?
Phase 2 and then really phase 4 are probably the harder parts.
Okay.
What you're seeing here in phase 2, so Ragnaros summons a whole bunch of ads. In the meantime, quick intermission, you see them doing a little like Hagen-style dance, back and forth.
Uh-huh.
Gotta do the dance or you die to the lava.
Oh man, that's a lot of ads. So how does this work, Ian?
We've had a couple deaths over here on the vodka side.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know. Oh man, it actually looks like we might see another death.
Odds are you're going to have a couple of deaths on the Ragnaros encounter. You just need to not have more than 3. Those battle reses are precious currency. Once you get past 3, you're in trouble. So you losing 2 people that early, that's not a good sign.
Yeah, Blood Legion's been keeping it really solid. Oh
Just
man.
lost one on Blood Legion.
Oh, I know. That's all right. Free res over there. So they're still at their full raid comp. Now, I'm willing to bet that right now they actually don't have any more reses on Vodka's side.
It's definitely possible. So the approach that they're both using to the ads is really high risk, high reward. So fireballs are lobbed in from the lava around, and they land on random players and spawn ads there. The entire raid clumps up and trusts that they'll be able to move coordinated within a couple of seconds. If you don't move, when every single fireball is hitting the same spot, you're dead instantly. But the advantage that that gives is that they're all clumped up, so you can kill them much faster, much more efficiently. High risk, high reward.
That's exactly what we expect to see out of such high echelon guilds, right? Where these are the cream of the crop, effectively, right?
Exactly.
So they should be doing some of the craziest tactics absolutely possible. Greg, how are the guys over on Vodka's side doing? What's going on?
Vodka has everyone back up now, so hopefully they didn't fall too far behind.
Yeah. Oh. And just mass healing. Everybody's actually staying really safe. There actually doesn't seem to be anything bad going on.
This is really close, you know, when we set this up, we thought someone could wipe or fall behind and it'd be a blowout, but it's really tight.
Now, it could still
But as
happen.
close as it can get is where we're at right now.
Now, we thought that Vodka was doing okay on Bale Rock as well, so we'll see what happens.
Just depends how much DPS they lost or if they are really going to need one of those battle reses later on.
Yeah.
Well, one of the big things is if those deaths, for example, mean that they can't quite push into phase 3 without an extra wave of ads, that could set them behind like a whole
Yeah,
minute.
they'd be really far behind.
So the next transition is going to be when Ragnaros hits 40%. So just about getting there. And here we go.
Okay. Now we're going to see both of them going into a transition. Now we do see Blood Legion, so again, they are slightly ahead. And Vodka's not too far behind. Actually, at least a little bit further than they were previously. Yep. Uh-oh. Getting really close to the hammer.
All right, so on the second transition, you have the same 8 Sons of Flame,
Sure.
plus these other 2 lava elementals called Lava Scions.
Okay.
And they just do a bunch of damage, put a debuff on a random person in the raid that makes them leave a trail of fire behind them, just add additional elemental coordination and spice things up. But it looks like they both got this handled.
Yeah. Easy peasy.
Blood Legion finishing the transition.
Yeah.
And
So Blood
Vodka
Legion's
right
pulling
behind.
ahead.
On to 3.
I know. Now is Vodka going to be able to close this gap? Right now, this is actually getting
Vodka
really close.
just finished the intermission. Ragnaros came back out of the fire.
Okay, now what, man? We're gonna have to be.
Feels like Blood Legion's ahead.
We're gonna have to be really ready for that surprise at the end. It's probably gonna be really close. Yeah, let's hear it for the Blood Legion.
Let's go, Horde.
And over here, let's hear a little bit for Vodka. They need some of your support. They're gonna have to get it to catch up. Let's hear it for Vodka. Oh man.
So then in phase 3, what Ragnaros does is every 45 seconds, you see the first one going down now on Blood Legion's side, he calls down these meteors. Meteors will focus on a random player, move slowly towards them, and if you hit them, it gets knocked back and picks a new target. If a meteor touches you, you're dead. One of the big challenges in phase 3 is going to be to get through it as quickly as possible so that you don't have as many meteors up going into phase 4, where they're going to pose a huge organizational challenge. Both of these guilds are going to try to push their DPS really hard and get into phase 4 with just one meteor up.
So how exactly are they approaching this differently at all? I'm seeing pretty much the exact same thing from either of these guilds.
Pretty much the exact same approach here.
I know they've also been playing way more safe than we expected them to for this entire time. Like incredibly safe.
For example, I'm seeing Vodka's Holy Priest go into Smite Chakra mode for a little more DPS.
Oh, yep. You have to pull out all the stops when you're trying to win the most epic live raid race of all time.
Because you do not want to be the loser of this race.
Yeah, how are all of you in the audience doing? Are you guys enjoying the live raid? All right.
How close are we to phase 4 over there?
Here we go.
Interesting.
Getting really close over on Blood Legion's side.
There's a second meteor on Vodka's side. Did Blood Legion get a second meteor?
Don't think so.
They did not get a second meteor. That's going to make a really, really big difference going into phase 4.
Wow.
Here comes Rags.
So, you know, people probably haven't seen this very much.
Time to get out of the hot tub.
Look at them legs.
We have legs.
Yeah. Let's hear it for Rags' legs. Yeah. Oh, man.
We haven't made any too soon jokes either.
No.
There you go.
Okay, so phase 4 of the Heroic Ragnaros encounter, this is unique to Heroic mode. This only happens here. And he's forced out into the world. See the legs? And you have 3 Druid allies helping you out. He's pulsing a fire debuff that does real damage to everyone else who's around. But one of the Druids is putting down a patch of frost that people can stand in that will protect them from the debuff. However, if you clump too densely in that patch, Ragnaros will destroy it. So they have to be really precise about their positioning. In the meantime, you may see he's creating these patches of fire that spread, they just grow exponentially, kind of like old school Doomfire or Fire on Mimron. And there's 3 people in the raid who are designated firefighters. They get a special buff of their own, and they have to run around and extinguish those fires. So when you see the water-covered person running around over the fires, they're keeping that in check. If you lose control of the fire in this fight, it's over. You wipe.
Oh, but it looks like they actually pretty much have it in control.
Yeah, it looks like they're holding it down.
And Greg, how about Vodka? How's Vodka doing over there? They got this
Vodka's
unlocked?
doing fine. Looks like, I think they have 1 death on phase 4 here.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so those same frost patches that protect you from the fire debuff, you also have to drag the meteors into them, freeze them solid into a block of ice that allows you to kill the meteor. Having 2 meteors going up into the phase versus 1 makes a really big difference.
Blood Legion just took out their meteor.
Yep, so Blood Legion has no more meteors to worry about. They just need to burn Rack down.
They just need to
pop this.
execute.
I know. Blood Legion's getting really close. Down to about 23% remaining. Greg, what do we got over there?
Vodka's got like...
Whoa! Vodka actually doesn't even have a raid. What's going on? Oh man, Vodka with about 6 deaths now. Only about 3 healers up is what it looks like. I know.
Not.
Oh no, we may see the first wipe in the live raid. Oh, it's getting close. About 10, 12 people down. Now, are they going to be able to recover from this, realistically?
I don't think it's likely.
I know. All right, we'll wait and see. Oh man.
Not looking.
I know. And Blood Legion's still doing just fine over here. Is Vodka gonna stay alive? I know. Yeah. Oh man. Oh, and it's looking like Vodka's just about to. Oh, and they're all done.
No.
It looks like that might be it for Vodka. Now over here on Blood Legion side, they've only got about 5% remaining. Getting it right down to the wire. They're gonna, oh, don't celebrate too early.
Close.
Unplug your mouse and keyboard.
With Ragnar's, though, it's not over till it's over. When he doesn't power Sulphurus, if he hits the tank just once, the entire raid dies instantly. Could happen at any second.
3,
I know.
2.
3%, 2%. They've only got 1% remaining until we might see Blood Legion be the live raid champions.
There it is.
And there it is. Let's hear it for Blood Legion. Yeah. For the Horde.
Horde. You have a winner. Congrats.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Congrats, man. Good job.
Now over on the vodka side of things, let's actually take a look what's going on in the vodka raid right now. Let's go over there. But I think as soon as they're ready to go, I think that we'll
Looks like
something.
Let's give him another shot.
All right, now we'll see. It looks like they're as soon as they get up there, we'll go ahead and get this zoomed in on. Now I know that you guys are all really ready to wait and see exactly what we've got in store for them. Are you guys? Do you want to see what's in store for Vodka? All right, well let's see it.
Give him a.
Oh wait, it's gonna be hard to kill Rag with Hogger running around.
Oh no!
Oh, go look at Vodka's side. Oh, and there they go.
Looks like Hogger's really just tearing things up here.
So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching the live raid. Let's hear it again for the winners, Blood Legion. Now let's hear it one more time for the World of Warcraft devs and Vodka for getting out here and making this happen.
Thanks a lot, guys. Good job.
Thank you. Yep. All right, so pretty much we saw for the whole time they were just about neck and neck. Blood Legion and Vodka were pretty much just about on the exact same place at every single moment throughout the entire instance, and we just barely saw Vodka fall behind right there at the end, and Blood Legion was just able to keep it solid and pull through.
Yeah, like we said at the start, whoever made that one fatal mistake first was going to be the one who lost, and that's what it came down to. It just took until the very end.
Right. Greg, any final words?
Oh, that was awesome. It was really cool to see it be so close up at the very end.
Oh, I'm gonna be sporting my Blood Legion branded headband all day.
Let's do it.
All right. Thanks again.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
For the Horde.
For the Horde.